Good afternoon once again. Welcome. Thanks a lot for joining in at the Watchlist by Magenta Trade. Today is 21st of June, Tuesday afternoon, and thanks a lot for joining in. Welcome back once again. Let's get started. At Magenta Trade, we teach you how to grow your portfolio using option trading strategies. We explain in simple terms how you can participate in the world leading companies with a fraction of the amount that you would need as normal investment. In the vast ocean of stock market, there are plenty of opportunities to gain from the movement of share prices every day. However, market is unpredictable, volatile, and sometimes complex to understand. In order to be successful, you need a disciplined, rule-based approach developed over a long period of experience in the market and focused on building a long-term portfolio to protect your hard-earned money. So, welcome back once again after the long weekend. And today is Tuesday, 21st of June. Let's have a quick look at our disclosures. But before that, let me share my screen. All our discussions at Magenta Trade are solely for educational and information purposes. We are not investment advisors, and you should consult a financial advisor before making any investments. Options trading involve exceptional gains, but at the same time, they pose inherent risks. Past results are no guarantee of future gains. We are not finance professionals, and we are not aware of your personal financial circumstances. For more disclosures, you can visit our website www.magentatrade.com. Okay, let's quickly jump onto the market. And at this moment, S&P 500 is up by 91 points, 2.49%. As you can see, after Friday also it was a little bit positive day. It closed more than where it opened, so that definitely it was a positive, and it also closed at better than Thursday's close. So it was positive on Friday, and again it's positive today, Tuesday. There was no trading on the Monday, of course. So it is currently up by 2.53% after the disastrous week once again. If you look back at week on week, let me quickly have a look. Week on week, this is a positive week after 3 negative weeks. And prior to that, there was 1 positive week. And prior to that, there were probably 7 negative weeks. So in terms of the Bollinger Band, in terms of a weekly chart, S&P 500, as you can see, is almost at the bottom of the Bollinger Band, the lower band. And from there, sometimes or most of the time, it tends to go up towards at least the center line. And then from there, if the market momentum is positive, then it breaks through and goes to the upper band. So at this moment, it is at the lower band, and it has jumped from there. So it is quite possible that it will go to the middle band. So maybe there would be 1 or 2 days or 2-3 days of positive trading. It is quite possible. Of course, I'm no predictor here. It's just a pattern that I'm trying to emphasize. So S&P 500 today is up by 2.55% now, and Nasdaq is up by 2.63%. Similarly, Dow is up by 640 points at this stage. Hopefully, things are positive. Geopolitical factors has not changed much. The inflation is the same. The Ukraine war is the same. Supply chain issues are the same. But there are some probably positive results from some of the companies, and things are getting better in China. There some of their economic and data numbers are positive in the last week. Today, existing home sales month on month for May is down by 3.5%, 3.4%, whereas it was expected to be down by only 2.6%. So that is a bit of a negative. but it's probably not that important or in terms of priority, that kind of scale. VIX is down by 5%. The volatility index and dollar index is down by 0.05%, which is not much. Gold is down by 0.28%. Silver is up by 0.51%, and oil is down by 0.66%. Okay, so Bitcoin is again up above the 20,000 mark, so it is up by 2.74%, whereas Ethereum is up by 1.47%. Most of the stocks in our watch list are in positive today, so that's good news, you can say, and we'll look into them one by one. But first, let's have a look at some of the news items, and let me quickly go back to there. The stocks which are probably making some noise here today, Exxon Mobile. So, Exxon Mobile is up by 6.72% today after Credit Suisse upgraded them to outperform, and they probably recommended that the stock can jump another 45% from the current levels. Of course, the oil and gas company's divergent corporate strategy sets it up well to capitalize on the jump in oil prices. The other one is Diamondback. Diamondback Energy. The share is up by 7.47% today after the board approved an increase to its capital return program, at least 75% of free cash flow from its previous commitment of at least 50% of the free cash flow. So there is a hike in the capital return share buyback program. We are still gathering the data regarding our analysis on share buyback programs across multiple companies, and we'll come back with our analysis sometime later this week maybe. I'll switch off my video at this stage so that you can see my complete screen. Alphabet, again in news, Google. The stock is up by 4.8%. Following an Ad Age report, the research giant is in talks with Netflix about a potential advertising partnership. Google has emerged as a frontrunner to partner with Netflix, according to the report. So that's some positive news about Google. Also, there is another positive factor for Google, and probably this would be a good entry point somewhere there, that the stock is headed towards the split, 20:1. I think so. And that is due sometime maybe next month or July, sometime in July. Now, the other news is Kellogg's. The company said that they would divide the company into 3 parts with 3 different divisions. I think cereals and some other things. Let me find out the more details on that. Exactly, they are going to split into 3 different companies. Snacking, cereal, and plant-based businesses. So those 3 would be, and that would be done by end of 2023. The announcement today came after almost a decade after Kellogg's $2.7 billion purchase of Pringles, which signaled the company's shift to focusing on the global snacks business, with people increasingly eating more often between meals. So they are taking on the rivals like Frito-Lay, owned by PepsiCo, or Oreo cookie owner Mondelez. Also, yesterday Mondelez said it is acquiring Cliff Bar for $2.9 billion. Okay, So that's about Kellogg's, and then Tesla is more or less always um, on news. Tesla is actually up by 10% today, 11.8% now. Wow, that's some jump. Um, After Elon Musk confirmed the company will lay off 3.5% of its workforce, calling the amount not super material. I'm not sure what is super material, but Mr. Musk is always in the news. He's again back on the news for Twitter as well. He said Twitter needs to probably resolve three factors. First one among them being the issue of the fake accounts. So they need to confirm, or the Twitter board needs to confirm how many of the users are actually fake accounts. And second point, he said, of course, the board needs to approve, or the shareholders needs to approve the deal. And third factor is the bank's lending. So he's probably going to chip in with some part of the acquisition. He has said that the entire $44 billion deal would be funded by cash. He got some commitment from some investors, and for the remaining part, he is seeking some probably bank finance. So depending upon that bank finance and the shareholders approval in the month of, let's say, July or August, that would probably go ahead. So these are the three factors he mentioned. Spirit Airlines, once again, in the news. After JetBlue, they have boosted the boosted their takeover offer for the company to buy $2 per share to $33.50 dollars per share. And Spirit is also fielding an offer on an offer Frontier Airlines. The company has said it expects that to decide on the proposal by 30th of June. So the stock is currently up by 7.8% today. Palantir Technologies, and the stock is up by 7.34% after Bank of America initiated coverage of the defense tech company with a buy rating. The firm said investors are underestimating the demand for artificial intelligence that should boost Palantir's stock. Sentinel Corporation, CNC. The stock is up by 6.13% after Credit Suisse upgraded to outperform. The other one is Charles Schwab, is up by 4.47% after UBS upgraded the stock to buy from neutral. UBS said in a note that Schwab was well insulated from credit and market risk. The other company I would like to discuss is Lennar Corp. Lennar Corp, the stock is currently up by 2.2% on back of their earnings report. Let me have a quick look at the earnings. Lennar reported a second quarter, May 2022 earnings for $4.69 per share on revenue of $8.4 billion, whereas the expectation was $3.95 per share on revenue of $8.1 billion. So it's a fantastic report, and a significantly upside above the expectation. Revenue grew 30% year-on-year basis. The company said it expects third quarter revenue to be slightly higher than $8.21 billion to $8.94 billion. whereas the expectation was $9.37 billion for the quarter ending 31st of August 2022. Lennar Corp is a home builder and a provider of financial services. Its home building operations include the construction and sale of single-family attached and detached homes, and to a lesser extent, multi-level residential buildings. Okay, so that's about Lennar Corp. Let me see if there are any other major news at this point. Of course, I mentioned about the news on the existing home sales number month on month. May it is down by actually 3.4%, whereas previous months was 2.6%. The actual existing home sales, so that number is 5.41 million, whereas previously the number was 5.6 million. In March, it was 5.8 million, and in February, it was 5.9 million. Okay. The other news we are expecting today is later today, there is a Fed bargain speech, and yes, probably that's the other news that we have today. Okay, let me move on to some other news items if I can find out. And then we would go through our stocks one by one. Okay, let's go through the stocks then. There's not much other news in terms of the jump in the stocks. I see this one. Enphase Energy is up by 5.6% today. Most of the energy stocks are up today, so there's no surprise. But starting with the technology stocks, Apple is up by 3.1%, whereas consulting company Accenture is up by 2.91%. ADI, analog devices, it's up by 2.8%. Applied Materials is up by 5.9%, which is like another semiconductor company. AMD is up by 3%, and Amazon is up by 2.2%. And Activision is up by 1.58%. In terms of other major, positive ones are Bumble up by 6.7%. Chegg is down by 2.4% somehow. Okay, Chivi is up by 10.94%, 11%. Wow. Let me see if there's any news on that. Not much. Salesforce is up by 2.4%. Crocs is up by 3%, and Corteva is up by 4.6%. Other major ones, Fortinet is up by almost 4%. Google we have already discussed, and Nvidia, another chip company, is up by 5.16%. Upstart Holdings is up by 10% today. That's a good turnaround of the stock. And Unity Software is up by 5.98%, almost 6% there. Target is up by 3.6% as well. So that's in terms of some of the stocks. I'm not taking a position today on these stocks. The reason being, I am a bit skeptical whether it is it is a mild jump before another fall, or if there are any specific, I need some confirmation in terms of the development. In terms of other economic numbers, probably this week we also have consumer confidence flash. It's in euro. What else do we have this week? Next 7 days. There's not much news as such during this week. But because we are approaching the 4th of July, maybe it is a little bit upbeat there. So there might be some positive sentiment. Let's see how it goes. June 23, we have got continuous jobless claims and initial jobless claims. So those job numbers should be there on Thursday, 23rd, and then S&P Global Composite PMI. That data would be available there on late Thursday as well. Okay. Or it's actually Wednesday. Yeah, it is on Wednesday, I think. Jobless claims and S&P Global PMI. Okay. Let's go back to our stocks. Microsoft is in a good position, above 250 today, and the stock is up by 2.52%. It appears though that some of these stocks are bottoming out, but at this stage we are not confirmed. There is probably a confirmation in terms of continuous higher high, higher low. So in terms of from the bottom of what was there on 16th of June, which is Thursday. But probably I would wait for one more day, just after a Monday. The last Monday was definitely a very big setback. Today is Tuesday, actually. Yeah, but I'll wait for Monday was not a trading day, so I'll wait for tomorrow. That's Wednesday, to get an idea of where the market is going for this week or so. Meanwhile, today is the first day after the monthly expiry, so that could be another reason why the market is positive. So with those notes, thanks a lot for joining in today. Probably we could discuss some trades tomorrow and what has happened to the various trades that we took in the last few weeks. But as of now, probably I'll sign off and look for some opportunities. If there is anything, I'll let you know. Thanks a lot for joining in, and stay tuned and come back tomorrow. Please do like our social media channels so that you can follow us, our earnings numbers from tomorrow on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. And of course, like our videos on YouTube and subscribe to our channel if you have not done already. Thanks a lot once again, and see you tomorrow, Wednesday.